Mondays, everyone. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. Just about halfway through the season, let's take a look at the East. You take a look at Philadelphia. So far, this hasn't been the season they were hoping for, and time is of the essence. Here are the five for Philadelphia. They've got Tyrese Maxey, and it's Malone in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Austin, Anthony is out there with James. Then there's Derrick Rose, and it's Chamberlain in at the 5, roaming the paint. Well, Clark, in game 2 of the back-to-backs, players have to be running more on adrenaline than rest.
Clearly there's some fatigue that comes into play, especially for your heavy minute players. That's why your reserve players, the guys on the bench, are so important, because in back-to-back situations, adrenaline's not enough to overcome fatigue.
Now here's Irving. And it's good. 2 points.
Those huge hands combined with that elite athleticism, Irving does the most damage inside the painted area because of it.
James passes to Chamberlain. Count it.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach of the Longhorns. I asked, what do you do about Tyrese Maxey, a guy who can spark plays out of thin air? Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, I'm trying to keep someone in front of him all night. I don't want Maxey seeing the shots he wants or the passing lanes he's looking for. It's a tough assignment, but Coach says he's got the right guys for the job. Back to you, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you. And so here is Philadelphia, following the 3 by Austin. Rose against Maxey. James passes to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got his 3rd assist of the night. The 76ers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Down low. Pass to Malone. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Tell you what, if you let Wilt get the ball there, that's the poster shot you can expect.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Man, they're just getting run over right now.
And you can really see they're starting to show some frustration.
Philadelphia moving it around. The kick out to Maxey. Pass to Petrovic. Nails it from 3.
If you ask me, I think Petrovic is clearly one of the best three-point shooters in the world. So good from deep.
And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh my, his growth both with his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by Austin. Here's Irving. Uses the glass on the layup.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
Austin leading by 5. Here's Rose. Some solid defense from Maxey.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Petrovic passes to Irving. Here's Malone. Maxey surveying the D. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Rose. And it's Maxey missing.
Well, with his solid midi game, you expect him to knock that one down.
Houston passes to James. There's a screen by Anthony. It's stolen by Irving. And stolen by Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Irving. Chamberlain pulls it in. Chamberlain's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Houston. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Petrovic shot is off. On offense, here's Austin. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Rose.
Oh, hey, how about big time right there? Big time. Woo. And that's just strong, tough action from Rose there. Staying in control and getting the job done with authority.
Austin making a switch here. Levine's checked in.
Shooting one shot.
So many great young players coming into this league, Clark. It puts pressure on those aging vets.
Yeah, the Hall of Famer Kevin McHale described it like this. He said, I see everything that I could do. I just can't do anything about it. That's a tough feeling. And I didn't have to actually experience that because I got injured early in my career and had to pack it up that way. Petrovic's J, pure, a thing of beauty.
Here's Rose. Pass to Chamberlain. Anthony feeling it out a bit. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Anthony's got 10 points in the game.
Leading the charge. What a huge quarter for him.
76ers trail by 9. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. And checking out some numbers for him.
Effective field goal percentage is a great way to measure his performance over the previous 10 games. It's been much improved, a sign that his game has been evolving.
Outside Irving, out to the wing. Here's Petrovic. LeBron with the rebound.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Pass to Eden. Back to James. Inside. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Here's Petrovic. 6 points for him. Here's Malone.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. To add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Will Chamberlain.
Now here's Irving. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Here's Rose. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
You didn't think Rose would back down from some contact now, did you guys? Playing with a high level of intensity.
76ers trail by 9. A minute 53 left in the first. Iverson passes to Malone. Philadelphia moving it around. 5 to shoot. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And the mid-range game of Iverson is quite steady. Has a rapid-fire release, and even at his size, it's hard to get to his shot.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Irving, and a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And even from where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
So he gets them both. Time called here. Austin decides to talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Austin leading by 5. Here's James. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
How many times have we seen that? I mean, LeBron going right through and into the defense and finds a way to power through the contact as if he hasn't even been hit.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Levine gets the bucket. And now it's a 9-point Austin lead.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Greer. To the inside, Malone. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Malone's got his second bucket on the night.
A tried and true play for this team. Malone exceptional in the pick and roll.
Rose with the bucket.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Now here's Jones. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Austin grabs a miss. James has got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Rose, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Austin ahead. They lead by 11. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Austin.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
In addition to that, how about the mid-range action we've seen from this group? Utilizing the jump shot to get them started in the right manner in this one.
So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. They've got Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Shays in at the 4.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Iverson. And Wall pulls it down.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Levine. Oh, Levine fighting through contact.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
76ers trail by 15. Embiid, a screen on Wall. Outside Jones. Pass to Embiid. And there's the rejection. And here's Anthony, defended by Jones. From outside, off the mark.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Whew.
Here's Iverson. He's guarded by Anthony. Here's Shays. Soft touch off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And it's Wall with the ball for Austin. After this one, they're off to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. That kicks off a 5-game road trip for the club. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Tell you what, when Levine glides off the pick, I mean, you see the defensive attention he draws. Makes for an easy pass to the roller.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Maxey, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And while we have a moment, a look at the league leaders in fast break points over the last 10 games.
Let's see if they'll be able to keep scoring at this rate throughout this season. Over the last 10 games, their ability to score in transition has been special.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Embiid, a screen on Levine. From the high post, Austin grabs a miss. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
Boy, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Well, Lowry Marketing comes from a family full of athletes, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Laurie's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot. Tyrese Maxey, a late first-round pick back in 2020, but he's become an all-star. He said, quote, "I've always had that chip with me from day one. I had to earn everything I got from a basketball perspective and make a name for myself. I try hard to foresee and envision this." Guys, back over to you.
The drive for greatness. All right, Allie, appreciate the report.
That's Houston's sweet spot now, knocking jumpers down off the catch.
Here's Iverson. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot. And we'll go to the line. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras can start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
Tell you what, Rose can get flashy with the best of them.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Deflected! Here's Houston. Maxey covering. Houston can't hit. 76ers trail by 17. Pass to Iverson. Here's Malone. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game.
Malone owns the paint area of the floor. Nobody coming in there messing with him.
James passes to Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by James. James has got his 5th assist in this one.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Anthony, the pass to Chamberlain, and that one is stuffed right through.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Here's Iverson. He's got 5. Second shot opportunity. Malone can't get it to go.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Irving. 17 points for him. Last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Philadelphia moving it around. Pulls up. The wide open shot is on the money. Maxey's got his first points in this one.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Time called here. Austin decides to talk it over. And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Austin leading by 15. To the left side wing. Here's Houston. Connects from downtown. Houston's got 6 points in the quarter.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Fighting through contact, not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
76ers trail by 18. Outside Maxey. There's a minute 47 left to play in the half. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Austin has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Rose. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
A flash of that athleticism yet again. It's clear Rose enjoys getting up and punching it down.
And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. On the clock. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible. Maxey's got his second bucket on the night.
That's where Maxey's at his best. He wants to get the ball inside.
Pass to James. And it's off from three-point range. 76ers trail by 18. And there's the lob. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
And they're the third highest scoring team in the NBA, executing at a high level.
And what a job they've done with their low post defense. As you said, number 2 in blocks. That speaks volumes to how well they protect the rim. And they've got the bodies to do it. Maxey against Rose. Outside Maxey, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
He's so aggressive and confident inside. It's a real challenge trying to keep Malone out of the paint.
It's James with the drive. Oh, LeBron hammers it home.
LeBron showing you how he does it. A stylish flush by King James.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Chase passes to Irving. Over James. And it's Irving missing.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Houston can't hit. Outside Maxey. 4-3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Austin feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Their shot selection has been B-A-D. That's why nothing is falling. Go inside. Get some high percentage looks. Jeez, all these three-pointers, Kenny. It's all your fault.
Oh, bad. Yeah, that's it. I'll tell you, Ernie Shaq. Listen, the guys aren't posting up. They're not driving. Just get to the rim sometime.
And next up, here's a look at some of the contenders for the fan-favorite three-point contest.
Some really interesting names here. So many great shooters in the league. That said, I know who I would pick. Shaq?
Shaq Shadama says you've picked the wrong guy, Kenny.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Boy, you got to like what Carmelo Anthony has done in this game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Austin leading by 18. LeBron James out there with Carmelo Anthony. Then there's Derrick Rose, and it's Houston in at the shooting guard position. James passes to Chamberlain, and the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's what Austin has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, they obviously have the upper hand coming into that one, but don't expect a blowout. It could turn into a real battle.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Maxey, and it's Malone in at the center. There's the screen. Here's the three. Drops in the three. Petrovic has got 9.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now, here is James. Chamberlain. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 6 assists here tonight. 76ers trail by 19. Throws it up high, and stolen by Anthony. Up ahead, here's Chamberlain, and he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Knows how to run the team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Outside Irving. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Anthony.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Both good from the line that time. Austin leading by 19. James outside. They set the pick. Pass to Chamberlain. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Just about halfway through the season, let's take a look at how things stand in the West. You look at Austin, they are holding down the #1 spot in the conference. Not a bad position to be in.
Seeing where the Longhorns are, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff. One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
James can't get it to go.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Pass to Maxey. Here's Petrovic. Jacks up a 3. Chamberlain pulls it in. Chamberlain's got rebound number 8 now. Anthony with it. Irving picks him up. Here's Houston. Three-pointer, no good. 76ers trail by 19. Here's Petrovic. Here's Malone. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You know, part of what makes Malone such a good rebounder is his aggressiveness. I mean, and he also has a real nose for the ball.
Rose, the pass to James. And slam dunk by James.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
Philadelphia's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Pass to Irving. Here's Malone. Austin grabs the miss. Chamberlain's got 9 rebounds now. Now James. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Now over 2 decades playing in the league, LeBron James continues to play at an amazing level. Remarkable.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from James.
And James considered a franchise talent without question. This guy is the complete package.
Throws against Maxey. Pass to Petrovic. Misses the three.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
On the wing, Anthony. He's guarded by Irving. Anthony, the pass to Chamberlain.
Hey, we all know this. It's no secret. I mean, one of the areas of Wilt's game that's below average is free throw shooting.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. And he drops it first. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Here's Malone. And that one's good. Nice pass to... Set him up. Malone's got 14 points for the game.
He has certainly shot the ball well here, trying to lift his team up.
Time called here. Austin decides to talk it over. So both teams changing it up here. Now looking at the 2K leaderboard, specifically which teams have created a lot of turnovers and cashed in on the other end during the last 10 games.
They've turned up the heat defensively over this last stretch, trying to force more turnovers. That's been their game.
And so Wall will bring it up for Austin. Here's Levine for 3. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the left wing. Outside Irving. Philadelphia moving it around. Shot's good by Iverson.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, BA. The NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said, this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Brian, back to you.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans. Thank you, Allie. 76ers trail by 18. Here's Iverson. 7 points in the game. Shoots over Wall. Iverson can't hit. For Austin, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Anthony misses. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Outside Irving. Pass to Chase. Here's Petrovic. Just 5 to shoot. Over Levine. Petrovic shot is off.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Wall, the pass to Porzingis. Outside Levine. Back to Porzingis. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Levine. And Austin leads by 20.
Defenses struggle with Porzingis in the paint. I mean, he's able to shoot right over most defenders.
Here's Iverson. He's guarded by Anthony. And Porzingis with the block.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Outside Levine. Marking it outside. Back to Levine from behind the arc. He buries it from 3. Levine's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Austin.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Anthony misses. 76ers trail by 21. Pass to Petrovic. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. No good with the elbow jumper.
Well, it's clear he's frustrated. Just needs to slow things down a touch and let the offense come to him.
Here's Levine. And it's Shays with a rebound. And for the 76ers, they're shooting only 39% so far in the game. Here's Iverson. He's covered by Levine. Austin grabs a miss. Pass to Anthony. Porzingis with a screen on Irving. Anthony. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Anthony's got 16 points now and 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Austin ahead, running away with it, and will return shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. We've got Lauri Markkanen. He's out there with LeBron James. And it's Houston in at the 2 spot. Shot's good by Iverson.
I don't think he's a point guard or a shooting guard. Iverson is a scoring guard. That's what he does. He can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
Now, here is James. The rebound by Malone. Here's Iverson. He's covered by Levine. Iverson can't hit. Austin leading by 20. Here's Houston. Here's Bargnani, and he dunks it down.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are 3 points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Here's Iverson. He's covered by Levine. Oh, it's blocked by Levine.
I mean, great anticipation by Levine, managing to get his hand on the ball.
Kudos for the effort, but he got there a little too late.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. For 3, James. And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist. Levine's got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Iverson. Fires from deep. Here's Malone. And that one's good. Nice job. On the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Time called here. Austin decides to talk it over. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
You know, this is what Rose does best to me, guys. A scorer who attacks on offense with unbridled ferocity.
Here's Iverson. You know, it seems like there's much more competition at the big man spot than there used to be.
I think a lot of that is due to the way players are developed now, particularly the big guys. They come in now expected to handle the ball and shoot, and they've watched a number of their predecessors do that in the last couple of decades. Teams now want to have 4 or more shooters on the floor to put great pressure on the opposing defense. So where there used to be 2 spots available for big guys, now they're fighting over 1 spot.
And so here is Philadelphia following the bucket by Austin. And the basket by Embiid.
Embiid, such a monster on the inside. He puts a lot of pressure on him.
Here's Rose, and he drives in.
Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
And here is Maxey. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Screen by Embiid. The 3. And it's Maxey missing. For Austin, they've gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter.
Crafty down low. Melo knows how to draw fouls.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line.
The free throw drops for Anthony.
Taking 2 shots.
And Anthony drops them both.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Now here's Maxey. The three-pointer off the mark.
That is not the shot you need to be looking for when you're trying to break out of a slump.
For 3, Anthony. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
After knocking down a couple in the first half, he hasn't gotten a 3 to fall since.
And Irving comes to help. From deep, Rose. Oh, it's his 10th basket on 12 tries. You got to appreciate the efficiency here.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Here's Petrovic. There's a screen to stop the run. Chamberlain pulls it in. Chamberlain's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Houston. The shot is good, and the assist by Rose.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
Being opportunistic, just taking what the defense allows.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so it's James with it. He brings it up for the Longhorns. It falls again. He's now 8 for 12 from the floor.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's Petrovic. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
You'd certainly like to see a little better rim protection right there.
Here's James. And it's James with the jam.
How many times have we seen LeBron do this? Take over a game. Put up big scoring numbers. A bunch.
Here's Petrovic. Austin grabs a miss. Chamberlain's got 11 rebounds in the game. And a two-handed jam!
And this is a vintage night from Derrick Rose. It's like we're back in 2011, his MVP season.
Outside Maxey. Pass to Petrovic. Knocks down the triple. Petrovic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
On target from range.
That's the competitive fire that burns with LeBron James. He's happy to come right back with one of his own.
Maxey against Rose. There's a minute 47 left to play in the fourth. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. All right, so let's say we give you a carte blanche, Clark. Make you Adam Silver for a day. What's one game rule you change?
You know, I kind of like what the WNBA does in regards to the reset timeout, BA. Allow you to advance the ball without huddling up like a normal timeout. And I really think it helps the end of the game move a little better.
Here's Shays. Irving, the pass to Petrovic. Here's the pick. To the middle. And Malone gets it to go. Malone's got 10 points here in the second half.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Longhorns.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they increased their win total to 29.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for LeBron James.
Boy, his vision was impeccable, right on point tonight, picking apart the defense and racking up a bunch of assists.
Petrovic sends it home from three-point land.
3 points.
Petrovic has got 20 points.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And once again, off the mark by Austin. Irving, the pass to Malone. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Yeah, protecting the rim. Porzingis, one of the best in the league at that. I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Wall, he's checked in for Austin. And so he makes both from the line. Now here's Maxey. Pass to Petrovic. And here is Irving. Here's Shays. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Got it. Good job in the low post. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
From deep, Rose. Rebound by Philadelphia. Maxey with it. So we see Austin getting the win here. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. And let's reveal our player of the game, Derrick Rose.